It's complete nonsense. You can't do that. All my best ideas sometimes come to me when I'm talking in the car or speaking to people in the car, which is where I spend a lot of my time. And I wanted to share something with you which you might not want to hear. And the reason you might not want to hear it is it goes against what a lot of other people on the internet tell you when you're trying to build a business and you're trying to earn a few pounds. And what's happening is online there's a big push for earning money quick with minimal effort. And that's obviously a really attractive proposition for people. And what I'm noticing as a finance broker is I'm getting lots of inquiries for people that have been told by charlatans or people that are just misinformed that you can do things that you can't. Business is hard. Business is not meant to be easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. But you're being told that you can go and get, and this specific video I want to talk about is about growth guarantee scheme, the GGS loans, government-backed money, apparently, and that's going to mean that you can go and buy a business with no money down, with no industry experience, and that you can just rock up and buy somebody else's business off them, just leveraging their balance sheet. And it's complete nonsense. You can't do that. I spoke to somebody yesterday, and I'm getting inquiries every day on this, and I don't exactly know what information is being pumped out to people, but in principle, it works. So the idea, I guess, is that you can go and buy a business without any money down. In principle, yes, that could work. You can maybe buy a successful business that isn't highly geared and use its current assets, its current credit score, its balance sheet, and leverage debt in that business to buy it off the current shareholders. In theory, what would happen is you would then raise the debt in the business, take on the new debt, which the profits that you would generate would service, and and the loan that you would get out initially would mean that you can pay the shareholders out, and then you may even have some deferred consideration down the line, which means that the outgoing director or shareholders would get money 1 year, 2 year, 3 year down the line. In principle, in theory, it works, but in practicality, and coming from a finance broker, it is not true. Most banks that you're looking at to do acquisition funding, they want industry experience. They want you to, whether it's a management buy-in or management buyout, they want you to have had some sort of experience with that company or in that industry. They want another massive thing here as well, skin in the game. They want to show that you have got something to put into it. And that's not just securities. I'm not just saying that you need to be a homeowner and have some property that you can leverage, but actually just also having some cash to put into the deal. The bank don't want to take the full liability, let alone the director sell to somebody that's just leveraging their existing business. And what I'm seeing on top of this is there's a thing called the Growth Guarantee Scheme, which is an initiative by the British Business Bank to help lenders lend more money. And in principle, it's a great idea as well, because what happens is it means that lenders will lend a little bit more money to SMEs for the purposes of growth. But again, it's being misunderstood. The Growth Guarantee Scheme is an extension of lenders' existing policies. It's not a government handout. They're not writing free checks to businesses for any old reason. It's literally a small addition to banks' existing policies. So just as an example, if you wanted to borrow £100,000 and a current lender would maybe max that out at 80,000, they might then initiate the Growth Guarantee Scheme to lend a little bit more and get the extra 70% coverage that the British Business Bank offers. But we're not talking about being able to borrow £250,000 on an unsecured loan with 0% down borrowing against an existing business's balance sheet to acquire a business. It just doesn't happen. So let me save you the £650 on the next course that you might sign up for, or the shortcut that you think you might get. Now, there are some things that you can do. There's some hacks out there. There's some tips that I can give you that can help you get where you need to be. But you also need to evaluate where it is you want to get to, what it is you're trying to achieve. Because actually, if you can get all of those things aligned, find the right business that suits your needs, maybe go and work in that business first, and then get to know the director. Come up with a plan where you can then share, but buy some equity gradually. All of these sort of things can work. But if you think there's just government handouts there that are going to make you be able to just go and buy a company and take it over with no management experience, no cash in, it doesn't exist. I can promise you that. It might not be what you want to hear, but it's all too good to be true, and it doesn't exist. So take that from somebody that is in the business, that is dealing with these type of inquiries every day, that is arranging proper money for businesses that actually have growth plans, that I've already got existing trading history. Because that's the other thing as well, because if you're trying to get debt when you've not actually got any evidence that you can service that debt, and it's just based on an idea that you've put into ChatGPT, like that's not a business yet. You need to evidence that you are capable of running a business in the first place, and then you can start to leverage unsecured debt. Or have a business where you need assets, because asset finance is then a whole nother conversation. But I'll save that for another video. The essential point in this video is just to explain that the growth guarantee scheme is not everything everybody makes it out to be. It's there to support lenders, to support businesses that are looking to genuinely grow and expand their current services. That's the main purpose for it, especially in the unsecured and asset finance lending arena anyway. I hope this helps. I hope it saves you some money, and I'll do some more videos explaining a little bit more about the ways in which you can legitimately get into business, grow your business, and do it the right way.